was an executive coach, a very good executive coach. She worked with Fortune 500 companies, getting people under a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry, getting their heads straightened out, getting their work-life balance in order. She was very good at it. She had training in psychology, and she made a name for herself. She had a six-figure income. Life was good. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And around 2005, I remember the call I got from Janet Werner. And the call went something like this. I had an epiphany. I had a spiritual awakening. All the suicides at NYU, all the suicides college kids were going through, I can stop it. I know how. I have the means. I have a toolkit. I can stop it. I can light their way. Wow, I was getting excited. I was getting excited about all of this. She's going to change the world. And in 2005, I brought her up there. Les was sitting right where he's sitting right now. And she wowed them. She really wowed them. She had a toolkit. It was going to make a difference in the world. She was on fire. She was excited. Now, she was so excited that her well-meaning but sometimes idiotic family mistook this bit of a spiritual awakening, this excitement, this enthusiasm over changing the world for something that happened to her in 1979 in college. But she had a breakdown. So, for her own good, they called the authorities and said, you got to do something about her. She's losing her mind. Just the way a whole bunch of people would interpret someone with a higher consciousness. So they sent her to Bergen Medical Center. They stuffed lithium down her throat. When she said, I was just here in Wall Street, I just gave a presentation on mental health, they called her delusional with visions of grandeur. No one ever called me. No one ever contacted me. No one ever checked if she was telling the truth. It's unbelievable what happened to her. They were making her catatonic in a cage while she was trying to change the world. If that's not unbelievable, tell me what is. Apocatastasis. Abracadabra. I remember the call I got from Janet when she was in the hospital. I was with my son up in Pennsylvania having a great time in a resort. Oh, by the way, I'm stuck in a cage here in Bergen Medical Center, and they think I'm delusional, bipolar, and I'm out of my mind. What do? Well, I'm used to discounting free cash flow. I am not used to telling people what to do with their lives, but in this case, I gave her exactly the right answer. After telling her and getting angry at myself that they would do this to her, we're going to sue these son of a bitches, we'll get them. And then I realized, wrong advice. I said, Janet, you are now making a movie. You are now writing a book about your life. If this happened to you, it's happened to thousands of others, not hundreds, thousands, and perhaps more than that. You're the one who's going to stop this from happening again. From now on, you are a spy in the house of crazy. Now, sometimes I can hit them out of the park. This time I did. 19 years later, we have a docu-series. 19 years later, we have a movie, we have a book, and we have world-changing tools that she is going to bring, and no one is throwing her in a can this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest people I've ever met, Janet Werner.